The Gering City Council has approved a contract with Anderson Shaw for the second phase of the Downtown Plaza project, despite a price tag $200,000 above the engineer's estimate. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Gering City Council members voted 6-2 Monday night to approve an amended contract in the amount of just over $924,000 for the Civic Plaza, with Council members Philip Holliday and Ben Backus voting against the measure. During discussion of the contract, Holliday expressed concerns about previous work by a subcontractor of Anderson Shaw. However, he was told that one issue involving steps and Oregon Trail ballpark was resolved with no cost to the city. A deduction to bring the project cost down from the Anderson Shaw's low bid of nearly $957,000 was removed from the lighted post part of the project. City staff said they would be continuing conversations with the contractor in an effort to find more cost savings as the project progresses. City Parks Director Amy Seiler said she was pleased that the council decided to move forward on the project.
The deadline in the grant, there will not be an extension, and so having this passed this evening allows us to get moving forward, get things in place so that we can start construction and have a nice product by the end of summer.
Well, authorities say a Panhandle man was fatally injured when the pickup truck he was in crashed in Garden County early Saturday morning. The Nebraska State Patrol says a pickup driven by 40-year-old Molly Raymer ran off the roadway, went into a ditch, and rolled. Her passenger, 48-year-old David Schwartz of Lewellen, was ejected and died from his injuries. Raymer was taken to Regional West in Scottsbluff for treatment of her injuries. Well, straight ahead, a pretty nice mid-February day here in the Panhandle. Bill Boyer will be in with the latest forecast models right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as iPay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit. So you can bank how you want, when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor can do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Arby's 2 for $5 mix and match is here for a limited time. How limited? If I tell you, will you still come right now versus putting it off until oops, the deal is over?
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
We're going to be dealing with partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. As clouds will be on the increase overnight into the early morning hours tomorrow. Temps are going to hold up there, though, thanks to those clouds. We have another mild day coming tomorrow before things change as we turn colder on Thursday. Looks like some snow showers are coming in late in the day for your Valentine's Day, and then an fairly active long-term forecast coming for us as well. Hit 35 yesterday, 13 was our low. We're warmer than 35 right now across the area. Nothing in the rain gauge, still just a few hundredths shy of where we should be for the month and the year. Well, we told you an active long-range forecast is coming, and it starts with a look at our temperatures. Look at this huge part of the country that's expected to be below normal in temperatures for the next 6 to 10 days. Below normal temperatures dive clear down into Phoenix, LA, the West Coast, the Southwest, well below normal, and that's where we're at too, well below normal in our region. In fact, almost a certainty that we're heading below normal over the 7 to 10 day period. Precip going to be above normal in most of the country as well. especially here in the southeast around Atlanta, and those areas expected to be much above normal for precip. We have a decent shot of having above normal precip, so that leaves us with not only colder than normal temperatures, but maybe wetter than normal precip conditions out there as well. So a pretty active next couple weeks coming for us, I think, here across the region. Look at this variance of temperatures right now. It's 44 in Hayes and in Goodland, 1 below in Watertown, 6 below in Sioux Falls. That cold air is retreated to the northeast and away from us. 45 right now in Ogallala. How about that? Sydney at 40. It's 34 up in Lusk. Winds are out of the west, southwest. Not too bad. 5 to 15 miles an hour. Lighter winds up around Mullen and Valentine. Wind chills, though, pretty much out there in the upper 20s and low 30s across western Nebraska and southeastern portions of Wyoming. Let's take a look at, as we get on the bus tomorrow heading out to school, at about 26 degrees. It looks like we'll be into the 50s on your way home under partly cloudy skies. So all in all, fairly nice conditions. Well, I got you a card here for Valentine's Day. You can't get them in stores, but we'll drop out some conversation hearts for you. In the 20s in the morning on Valentine's Day, probably into the 30s by noon, and back into the 20s with snow developing as we get towards dinner time on Valentine's Day on Thursday. Let's look at Futurecast for today. Skies are going to be partly cloudy, increasing clouds then overnight. Lows are going to fall into the 20s tonight across the region. Colder up around Valentine, 18 in Ogallala, 17 in Valentine, 21 in Scottsbluff, 26 in Torrington. That deck of clouds will stay with us in the morning. It'll start to lift, give way to partly cloudy skies as we go through the afternoon. Notice late tomorrow night, and as we get close to Thursday, Valentine's Day, here comes some clouds from the north, and the snow going to start to fill in behind it from north to south across the region. Look at these highs tomorrow, near 60 in Oshkosh, 50 Gordon and Chadron, and in Torrington. Very nice weather conditions tomorrow as we trend back towards another milder day. But we told you an active long-range forecast. Here's Thursday. So we told you that snow comes in from the north and then it redevelops late Thursday night into Friday morning. It zips across the region. It moves fairly fast, only to have another round come in Friday night into Saturday morning, and it moves out. And again, we could see another round again on Sunday. These are early looks at snowfall, a little better than what they were looking at yesterday in terms of snow totals, higher snow totals across the region. A couple inches not out of the question with both of the storm systems added together Thursday night into Friday, and again Friday night into Saturday. We'll keep an eye on this and keep you updated as we get closer. 21 tonight under mostly cloudy skies, not too bad. Winds decrease out there tomorrow. 54, some sunshine late in the day after a cloudy start to the day. And those mild conditions come to an end then for Valentine's Day. Snow showers come in late, highs in the mid-30s. Friday we may get into the low 40s with some wintry mix or snow turning over to snow Friday night into Saturday morning. Only in the 30s on Saturday. Then look at Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We trend much colder out there with temperatures into the 20s and lows back into the single digits, even slipping below zero Monday night into Tuesday morning.
Arby's 2 for $5 mix and match is here for a limited time. How limited? If I tell you, will you still come right now versus putting it off until oops, the deal is over?
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes high-performance lubricants and fuel improvers. We've been helping customers improve their operations for over 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and cut out the middleman and offer excellent service and value. Our products last longer and work better so that you spend less time maintaining equipment and more time making money. Whether you're in a factory, farm, fleet, or food processing facility, Hydrotex can help you. Visit hydrotexoil.com or call 308-635-8162.
With Viero's entertainment trifecta package, never miss the big play. Work on becoming the new and improved you, or invite friends to compete in the game. Get the power of free. Get 2 new lines of HD Plus and internet service, and we will give you Sling TV, an Air TV player, and a big screen TV, all for free. Get the entertainment trifecta package today. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected to the content you love.
Welcome back. Many residents in the northern Panhandle are celebrating the opening of Nebraska's newest Runza restaurant. Shadron's Runza is located at the junctions of Highways 20 and 385 and officially opened for business on Saturday. GM Tanner Blumenkamp says that he could not be happier with the way the store turned out, which took about 8 months to build from the ground up. Tanner's parents, Neil and Laura Blumenkamp, are the owners and operators of the Scottsbluff and Gering Runza locations. They are also the franchisees for the Shadron Runza, but they say that the store is Tanner's to run. A longtime Scottsbluff High School journalism teacher Terry Pitkin has received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Journalism Education Association. JEA gives this award to retirees for lifetime dedication to journalism education in the form of advising or other contributions to the profession. Pitkins was one of only 10 national awardees, and Pitkins has spent more than 40 years of his career advising scholastic journalism and served not only students, but also the journalism community in Nebraska. And Eastern Wyoming College is proud to announce the recognition of Stan Nichols, the Professional Employee of the Year award winner for the Wyoming Association of Community College Trustees. Nichols is the welding coordinator and instructor at EWC and bested nominees from each of the Wyoming community colleges. EWC President Dr. Leslie Travers says Stan is a hands-on professional and is more than willing to roll up his sleeves and get the job done. Well, straight ahead, Bryce Duskett with the Rural Radio Network catches up with the producer of Oceans of Grass, a documentary about the Nebraska Sandhills. He'll have that right after this on KNEB.TV News.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the Western Hearing Clinic Ag Desk. Western Hearing Clinic, the Panhandle's choice for better hearing, helping you hear what matters most.
A state home to people so proud of beef production that they created a license plate. The beef state would not be what it is today without 2 critical components: the sandy soil and dunes that encompass more than 19,000 square miles, and the hardworking men and women who take tremendous pride in caring for cattle. An award-winning photographer is on a mission to share both stories in his latest project.
You know, it's a film about cattle ranching, but it's not really about how to run a cattle ranch. It's really about the people and the lifestyle and how you keep an operation, a family ranching operation going.
It started some 200 miles from where the story would ultimately take shape.
Well, yeah, it kind of started back in 2003.
At an art show, a rancher meets a photographer.
He invited me out to the ranch, if I ever needed a place to stay for the night. And well, it turned out about a week later I needed a place to stay. So I called him up and he said, come on over. And I expected to stay, overnight, and I was there a week. And the ranch kind of got it, into my psyche and into my soul. And
he made several return visits, eventually crafting a photo book.
Back in 2007, called A Way of Life.
The story of a Black Angus ranch near Dunning, Nebraska. But George wanted more.
Just go more into the people and the the landscape and how everything works out there, and how good they are for the environment, and how they keep a ranch running for 130 some odd years. So that's kind of what led to the ranch film.
A film focused on life on a Nebraska Sandhills ranch.
Yeah, I'd go out usually for about a week to 10 days.
Not censored, not staged.
So I think I was out there roughly 120 days.
Real moments on a working cattle operation.
It took me about 4 years total. I started shooting with a little GoPro camera, and I shot for a year and with that equipment. And then I got a professional grade camera, 4K camera, after about a year, and thought, well, it's so much better than what I shot, I'm going to have to shoot it all again. So I spent another year, being out at the ranch, kind of helping when I was out there. They let me, kind of help with the cattle, giving me stuff to do that I couldn't mess up too bad. So I did that for about another year, and then I spent, a good year doing the post-production. And so about 3.5, 4 years later, it's done.
The film is specifically about the Sandhills and the people who use the rolling hills and mixed grass prairie to make a living. It may focus on the Sandhills, but it represents something much bigger.
It's really a film about doing the right thing, working hard, and being decent to your fellow human being and to the animals that are in your care, and at the same time taking care of the landscape so you can perpetuate, the ranch operation for hopefully another 100 years.
One question still remained. Would the public care about a Sandhills ranch near a town with a population of 106? That answer was found at a movie premiere in Kansas City.
And we sold out our showing there, so that was a good start. Had a Q&A afterwards, and it went on and on and on. They finally had to kick us out of the theater because they had another show to put on. But people were really interested in the Sandhills. And then we started June 9th and 10th in Broken Bow at the Tiffany Theater, and we were just going to show that weekend. Well, we ended up selling out the entire theater, all 3 theaters, on the Sunday showing, which had never been done in that at that theater before with 3 films, let alone 1. So they decided to hang on to it for a while, and it played basically through July 15th. I think it went almost 5 weeks. Just an incredible support for the film.
Think a utility vehicle should do more than take you places? So does Kubota. That's why our all-new Sidekick is built to do it all. Climb more, tow more, go more. Cross over to more today. Take your Kubota Sidekick home with no money down and 0% financing for 36 months.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
It's a friendly town, that's for sure. Not too big, not too small. Seems like everybody knows your name.
We stick together through thick and thin. That's the way it's always been. 'Cause where we live is still our claim to fame. We love this town, this grand old town. There's not another town like this around. We've got it all right here in our own backyard. We love this town. We love this town. We love this town.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
It is never too early to start planning for retirement, and working with an experienced financial advisor can put you on the right path.
At Platte Valley Investment Center, our team of financial advisors will work with you every step of the way to maximize your retirement income.
Call me, Jody Rosiska, or Rick Morehouse, financial advisors, to set up your free, no-obligation consultation.
Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Life well planned.
And finally tonight, it's going to be a busy few days over at Community Christian School in Scottsbluff as their annual enchilada fundraiser is getting underway after students spent the last months taking orders from family and friends. On Tuesday and Wednesday, the Community Christian Gym is transforming into an enchilada making factory with thousands of tortillas, tons of cheese, and gallons of enchilada sauce. Principal Deidre Anmanson says volunteers set up stations and became a well-oiled machine as they grinded out 2 12-hour shifts to fulfill all of their orders. She says it is amazing to see how successful this fundraiser has become over the past 2 decades.
Yeah, our volunteers really have a lot of fun together. It usually takes about 40 volunteers throughout the day at all times to just make sure that we can keep all of our tables and enchilada wrappers busy, as well as people sorting tortillas, wrapping, counting, working at the desk to hand out tortillas or enchiladas, as people come to the school. So it takes a village for sure, but as they're working, they're just talking and visiting and getting to know each other, and so it really is a fun time.
Amundsen says when all is said and done, they'll churn out a whopping 3,000 dozen enchiladas. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you here next time.